When we picture a Viking longhouse, we often imagine a roaring fire at its heart, casting dramatic shadows and filling the hall with warmth. This image, made popular by sagas and movies, is more myth than reality. In truth, a large open flame inside a wooden structure would have been a dangerous fire hazard and highly inefficient. Such a fire would burn through wood rapidly and fill the air with choking smoke. The Vikings, ever practical, relied on clever, sustainable solutions. Their survival depended on a system focused not on spectacle, but on efficiency and safety. Instead of a blazing inferno, they used a carefully managed bed of embers. This approach provided slow, steady warmth that lasted through the night, with minimal fuel. The hearth was less about dramatic flames and more about a reliable, enduring heat source. This shift from myth to reality reveals the Vikings as master engineers of their environment. They understood the properties of stone, ash, and wood, and used them to create a life support system for their community. Their hearth was a testament to their deep connection with nature and its laws. The real Viking fire was a quiet, ingenious engine of survival. At the core of the Viking longhouse was the langeld, a raised rectangular hearth running down the centre of the hall. Built on a base of sand or clay, then layered with stones, this hearth was designed for a slow, controlled release of heat. Instead of large, roaring flames, the Vikings cultivated a dense bed of glowing embers. Embers radiate heat efficiently, warming both the stones and the people nearby. This method produced less smoke, making the air inside more breathable. The smouldering fire created a simple but effective ventilation system, drawing fresh air in and sending smoke out. The hearth was the heart of the home, where food was cooked, tools were mended, and stories were shared. Its design reflected a deep understanding of how to make warmth last through the night. The Vikings knew a quick hot fire was wasteful. A bed of embers was the perfect enduring solution. This slow-burning core provided reliable warmth, day and night. The Viking hearth was a masterclass in practical, sustainable design. The stones in the Viking hearth weren't chosen at random. They acted as a thermal battery. Dense rocks like granite or soapstone absorbed heat from the embers during the day. At night, these stones slowly released stored warmth, keeping the longhouse comfortable. Larger stones formed the base, while smaller ones created a low wall for safety and extra heat. This arrangement prevented accidents and provided warm spots to sit. The use of thermal mass is a principle still used in eco-friendly homes today. The Vikings mastered this concept through necessity, ensuring precious heat wasn't wasted. Their passive heating system worked long after the fire died down. It was a simple, effective way to survive the harshest winters. Ash was more than a byproduct. It was a vital tool for the Viking hearth. As fires burned, a thick layer of ash built up, insulating the embers and trapping heat. At night, Vikings would bank the fire by covering embers with ash, slowing their burn and preserving them until morning. This technique reduced fire risk and kept the hearth safe while everyone slept. In the morning, raking away the ash revealed hot embers, ready to reignite the fire with minimal effort. The ash also protected hearthstones from cracking due to thermal shock. Nothing was wasted. Every element had a purpose. The system was self-regulating and self-sustaining. Ash turned a potential waste into a key part of fire management. The Viking hearth was a holistic, efficient system. Fuel choice was crucial for the Viking hearth's efficiency. Vikings preferred dense hardwoods like oak, ash and birch, which burn slowly and produce steady heat. Wood was carefully seasoned to reduce moisture, ensuring clean, hot burns with minimal smoke. Inside the longhouse, logs were placed methodically on the ember bed. A large backlog smouldered for hours, while smaller pieces were added as needed. This controlled approach prevented the fire from becoming unmanageable. Every log represented hard work: felling, splitting, hauling, and drying. The Vikings burned wood with care, never wasting resources. Their method reflected a mindset of conservation and foresight. The hearth was a symbol of stewardship, not just consumption. Efficient fuel use was key to surviving the long, dark winters. The wisdom of the Viking hearth lives on in modern off-grid and sustainable living. Today's rocket mass heaters and masonry stoves use the same principles: burn efficiently, store heat, and release it slowly. Off-grid dwellers bank their fires with ash, just as Vikings did, to save fuel and effort. Properly seasoned hardwood remains the gold standard for long-lasting warmth. Preparing wood in advance fosters a deep connection to the land and its cycles. The Viking hearth was an integrated system: hearth, fuel, stones, ash and ventilation all working together. This holistic approach is echoed in modern permaculture and sustainable design. Every output became an input. Even ash could enrich garden soil. The Viking system teaches us to design for efficiency, resilience and harmony with nature. Their ancient methods offer practical lessons for today's world. The Viking hearth is a testament to human adaptability and resourcefulness. Living on the edge of the habitable world, Vikings innovated with what they had: earth, stone, wood, and fire. Inefficiency was not an option. Every aspect of the hearth was optimized for survival. Using ash as insulation turned a waste product into a vital resource. This mindset, seeing value in what others discard, defined Viking ingenuity. Their resourcefulness extended to ships, clothing, and food preservation, all tailored to their environment. The hearth was the warmest example of a culture living smartly with the land. The Vikings' approach was about working with nature, not against it. Their solutions were elegant, effective, and sustainable. The Viking hearth remains a model of living wisely with limited resources. Today we enjoy effortless warmth, but often forget the wisdom behind it. The Viking hearth reminds us of the value of self-sufficiency and mindful design. Principles like thermal mass, insulation and fuel efficiency are timeless and relevant, especially in an age of energy challenges. Slow, radiant heat and smart use of local materials are at the heart of sustainable living. Resilience comes from clever, simple systems, not just advanced technology. Learning from the Vikings means integrating their mindset, not abandoning modern comforts. It's about understanding and respecting the resources we use. The Viking hearth calls us to seek practical, efficient solutions in harmony with our environment. Their ingenuity is still within us, ready to be rediscovered. The quiet embers of the longhouse fire can still light our way to a more sustainable future.